Look, before you start SMMA, there are a few things that I really want you to know. Essentially, what I'm going to do in this very short 5 to 10 minute video is reveal to you the dark truth behind running a social media marketing agency. And I say this not to scare you, but just to basically inform you, right? I want you to be fully aware of what you're getting yourself into, what kind of business this is, and what you need to be aware of if you want to have long-term success with your own agency. I know that you see people like myself signing multiple clients every week, anywhere from 3 to 7 new clients that pay anywhere from $500 a month all the way up to $3,000 per month each. You probably even see my Instagram stories where my students are signing clients every single day. But like any business, it's not all good, right? You have to deal with certain things that are going to be stressful, right? Certain things that are going to put more pressure on you. And if you cannot handle those stressors and those extra pressures, right, that come from running a business, you're going to have a pretty rude awakening. So again, don't let me scare you off from SMMA if you're just starting off or you're looking to get into the space. But do pay attention to all of the things I'm going to explain to you, because these are things that you will encounter. Whether you have 0 clients right now, you have 1, 2, or 3 clients, you will encounter these if you haven't already. There are 3 main points I want to cover with you very, very quickly. Before I do so, if you are new, my name is Adam. I run a multi-6-figure social media marketing agency. And on this channel, I put out free content to help people like yourself start and scale your own agency. If you want to learn more about the behind the scenes of my agency or how I can personally coach and mentor you to start your own business, head over to my Instagram, have a look at my daily stories on there, and shoot me a message if you want to have a quick chat. So point number 1, the thing that is going to cause probably the most stress to you as a new agency owner is that you will lose clients. Notice that I said will and not that you might or maybe you're going to lose clients. It is almost guaranteed, I can say that with 99% certainty, that eventually you will lose 1, 2, or even 3 of your clients. From myself, my students, and even other agency owners I know who are wildly successful with their agencies, they still lose clients. Now, I'm not going to get into all of the reasons why a client might leave you, because we would literally be here for another 1 hour on that one point alone. But just know that there's usually 2 reasons, right? Usually it's either you didn't provide a good experience or good results to them, or 2, they've had something that is unique to their business or their personal life that is causing them to stop working with you. It could be as simple as you're working with an e-commerce business and they are simply out of stock, right? If they're out of stock, there's no point of you running ads or pushing a ton of promotions on social media if they don't have anything to sell. So let me just backtrack really quickly. As I mentioned, the first point is that you are either not providing a good experience or good results, okay? And these can be very interlinked. You know, I've seen clients in the past where results have been good, but experience has not been good, and they have left for that reason. On the flip side, I've had clients where maybe the results weren't as good as they should have been, but we had a really good experience, we had great communication with the client, and they really enjoyed working with us. And for that reason, they would have actually stayed with us. So oftentimes you can have a case where either your results or your experience is not so good, but if both of those things are off, right? You have bad communication, a terrible experience, and your clients don't like working with you, plus you're not getting them results, that is just a recipe for you to lose clients. Now, the reason that you have to be okay with losing clients is, again, because it is almost guaranteed that you eventually will lose clients. Now, at the time of recording this video, my agency's first client that we signed for $1,200 US back in November 2019 is still with my agency today. That's close to 2 years with my agency. So that means that one client has generated over $30,000 for my business in the last 1 to 2 years. But we do have some clients that will leave after 4, 5, or 6 months, right? And again, there's often times where there's nothing more that we could have done to make them stay with us. They had a problem with their supply chain. They needed to switch up their marketing because they realized that what they were doing was not working with the kind of customers that they were trying to attract, and maybe they need to move on to a completely new platform. Or what I've seen before is that they think that they might be able to do it themselves, right? They might be able to do their own marketing and get the same results as we're getting for them. And for that reason, they think they're going to leave and get great results. This happened to one of my students actually very, very recently, where he was running Facebook ads for a business. He had the client for around 2 to 3 months, okay? Good results, very, very happy, good experience with the client as well. But the client thought, you know what? The ads are set up. What if I just kick the person out, basically fire them? I'll just keep the ads running. I don't have to pay that person and we'll still make the same amount of money. We'll just keep the ads running in the background. The problem that most businesses don't understand is that when you have someone running Facebook or Google or TikTok or Snapchat ads for you, they are running them on a daily basis, right? They're making tweaks, they're duplicating ad sets, they're optimizing budgets, they're doing all that work on a daily basis. So it's very naive to think that you could just kick someone out, keep their ads running, and you'll still get great results. But that is a thought that some businesses have, and hence that literally happened to one of my students. There's ways in which you can avoid that, but we're not even going to mess with getting into that today. That wraps up point number one. I've got two more points that I want to get across to you, but point number one, you have to be really, really okay with the fact that you will eventually lose clients. Of course, if you join my program, we will do everything in our power to make sure that you have the right systems, the right team members, and basically just you have your business set up the right way so that you do retain clients at a very, very good rate. Point number two is that you can lose momentum in your agency if you are not constantly trying to get better. There's a concept that I teach to all of my students, and it's the concept of trying to get 1% better every day. And 1% better at all the different areas of your business. Okay, so 1% better at outreach, 1% better at sales, 1% better at keeping your clients happy and getting them great results. So I'm going to run you through an example. We have John. He started an agency 4 months ago. He got his first client within month one. He got 2 more clients in month 2, which is a total of 3 clients. And then in his third month, he got an extra 3 clients. So he's got 6 total clients, making him around 6 to 7K per month with his agency. Now John is ecstatic. He is amazed at how quickly he grew his agency, but John is not sharpening his tools anymore. He is too consumed by the day-to-day runnings of his business, right? Because he's got to manage all these clients. He hasn't built the right systems. He has not hired the right people. He's doing everything himself. So he does not have the time or the resources to reinvest his time back into building these systems and getting his business to that next point. So because he's not getting 1% better at his service delivery, at his sales, at his outreach, his business is slowly dying, but he doesn't even know it. And this right here is one of the key reasons why I host a weekly coaching call for all of my students, right? Even if my students are making 0 or they are making 5 to 10K per month with their agency, I still encourage them to attend those calls. The reason being is that we will cover strategies, tactics, and new things in the agency space that you need to know about, because if you don't, you are probably going to go down that route where you are not improving what you're doing, and if you're not growing, you're slowly dying. This point actually also links to the fact that if you are not aggressively trying to grow your business, and I don't mean just trying to get new clients, but growing it in the right way, so building the right systems, getting more clients, but also making sure that you're improving your service delivery, it's going to be very tough to scale your agency. I see it time and time again, and there was actually someone that I worked with a couple months back. He came to me after running his agency for about 3 years, but his agency made him 10K per month for the last 3 years, consecutively. Okay, so that means that he scaled up pretty well. You know, he got a couple team members on board, but he could not get past 10K per month, right? He had a couple months where it was like 12K, 13K, 11K, and then back to 10K. And so the problem he had was that he was not sharpening his tools, he was not building the right systems, and he wasn't putting his focus on the right things in his business. So he was now actually in what we like to call golden handcuffs, right? He was trapped by making his 10 grand per month. He was super happy with what he was making, but he deep down was not happy with that. Right? He was happy with it, but he was not fulfilled. He wanted to get to 15, 20, 25K per month with his business, but he didn't know how. He didn't know how, and he didn't have the time to do so because he was so caught up in the day-to-day runnings. He was in a good scenario where he was able to at least keep his monthly recurring revenue at 10K per month. Many people actually decline. Okay, so they get to that 5 or 10K per month mark, but then they actually slip down because, again, they're not sharpening their tools. And point number 3 is that, look, running an agency, running an online business, or any business in general puts a lot of stress and pressure on you as the owner, right? There's not really any way you can get around this. This is just part and parcel of running a business. And this is the trade-off that you make for making more money and not working a 9 to 5, is that you have to solve everything in your business. If there's a problem as the owner, it's up to you to fix it. Some of the stressors and pressures that you're going to run into are, one, keeping your clients happy. That can put immense pressure on you if you're just not used to dealing with a lot of clients. Secondly, paying your team members can be very complicated when you first do it. You're probably going to be very confused on how you even do it, but also how to do it in a way that you actually keep a lot of your profit. I see a lot of people that don't look into their numbers enough. They see money coming in and they say, you know what, I'm just going to hire someone and it'll be all cool. They don't run the numbers and they don't make sure that they're actually in line with their profit margins. So keeping clients happy, paying your staff, all of these things are going to build up. So if you're not aware that these pressures are going to come into your life, you need to be. Otherwise, you're just going to have these rose-tinted glasses that running an agency is all going to be uphill. It's all going to be sweet and there's going to be no problems at all. Trust me, there's going to be problems like any other business. You need to have the personal awareness, but also you need to have a pretty strong mindset, right? To be able to deal with these issues effectively, efficiently, but also in a way that you're prioritizing your health, your happiness, love, and all these other things in your life, right? Aside from your business. Your personal life and your business life are very much interlinked, and they will become interlinked when you're running any type of business. So if you're getting highly stressed from your business, that will carry into your personal life and your relationships may be affected. Likewise, if you've got some issues in your personal life and you don't deal with them and there's a ton of financial pressure on you from, let's say, college debt or something like that, that will slowly creep into your business as well. To recap, point number 1 is that you will certainly lose clients. Point 2 is that if you are not building, growing, moving the needle in the right direction and pushing momentum in your business, you will eventually have a dip. And finally, look, you just need to be aware of, again, what we just mentioned there, right? You need to have the personal awareness, the mindset, and all of those things so that you can actually manage a business. You can put up with the pressure, the stress, and you can actually handle it. So again, guys, I'm not making this video to discourage you from starting SMMA or to turn you off. I still think it's the probably best business model in the world right now. It's the one that's made me the most money and has made my students the most money compared to anything I've done or anything they've done ever before. But I don't want to be like some flashy lifestyle guru who only shows you the highlights. Now, a couple times during this video, you may have heard I strategically mentioned some key things, right? I mentioned weekly coaching calls with my students and also mentioned how I work very, very closely with my students where we look at building the right systems in their business. Now, if you are semi-interested in becoming one of my students, you want to maybe find out what that looks like, what that entails, and even the cost of doing so, you can go down below. There will be a link to the 6-figure accelerator program. You can just click that link, have a look through the webpage. If you want to book in a call with myself, you can go ahead and do that. Come prepared with a list of questions. We'll have a quick chat and we'll see if you would be a good fit for the program. It's not a sales call, no high pressure sales tactics, none of that stuff. Literally just a quick chat to see if this will actually benefit for you. Just to see if this would actually benefit you. So with that being said, I hope you got some value from this video. Do drop a like down below. If you did get value, drop a comment of any future video topics that you want me to cover. If you're new, I would really appreciate it if you go down below this video, click that button that says subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.